Hello, in this video, I will do some examples related to strength of feeds. So we are dealing with dosage calculation, um, more specifically pediatric strength of feeds. So right, so premature infants and low birth infants are required formulas if breast milk is not available. So yeah. So let's start with example one. They're asking you how much water is in a 500 milliliter feeding that is three-fourths strength, round to the nearest whole number. So how much water is in a 500 milliliter feeding that is three-fourths strength, round to the nearest whole number? So you have 500 milliliters, and they're saying that it is three-fourth compromised formula, comprised. And then you have one-fourth of compromised water. So all you got to do is multiply 500. How much water? So I think it's just 500 milliliters times one-fourth. That one-fourth, if you really think about it, you can write that as a decimal. That is the same thing as 0.25. 500 times 0.5 is 125 milliliters. Okay, so that was a simple one. Um, let's do example two. Example two says you have an order to administer formula three-fourths strength at 30 milliliters per hour to your patient via G tube. Formula is supplied in a 240 milliliters container. Round all answer to the nearest whole number. Note, the 30 milliliters per hour is irrelevant. So sometimes in dosage calculation, you do have irrelevant things that doesn't really matter. In our case, it is. This doesn't matter. So the 30 milliliters per hour is not important. So there's like two parts of this. Part A says, how much water would you add to the can of formula to make it three-fourths strength? So there's there's two options you can do on this one. Yeah. So how much water would you add to the can of formula to make it three-fourths strength? So, what you would do is basically convert three-fourths as a decimal. So three-fourths as a decimal would be 0.75 x, and that's equal to 240. And then to find the final volume of the solution is you just got to divide both sides by 0.75. So you get x equals 240 divided by 0.75 is 320 milliliters of the final volume. Okay, and then basically what you do is do 320 milliliters minus 240 milliliters. You get 80 milliliters of water. Okay. The second option is option two. What you could do is do 3/4 strength. So here's one, two, three, and four. So yeah, so Formula One has uh 80 milliliters. Option two, Formula Two has 80 milliliters, and then option three is 80 milliliters, and then option four is water. Okay. So you still get the same answer. Yeah, I don't think option two was really that was even more confusing. I think option one, this one right here, is probably much easier. So you just set 0 3/4 at 0.75, and then X is our unknown strength, and it's equal to 240 milliliters. And then solve for X, so you're gonna, yeah, divide this both by 0.75, and you get 320 milliliters. Okay, question part B of the same question says, what is the total volume that will be administered? So basically, the total volume is the actual, the 240 milliliter container plus the 80 milliliters, and you get a total of 320 milliliters volume. Okay, so that was a very short video on dosage calculation, pediatric strength of ease. Okay, I'm going to stop here.